Rangers have packed their midfield. They've got Giovanni van Bronckhorst, Barry Ferguson, McCann and Reyna all playing in midfield. Stefan Klos, the man who was criticized, of course, by the manager most specifically, is in goal. Rangers come to a country which posed them serious difficulties in the past. Last time they were there, as the game starts, they lost 2-0 under Graham Souness, who left the ground giving a fair imitation of Vesuvius in eruption, and given the temperament of Dick Advocaat, he wouldn't take too kindly to that either, but he's approached this tie with the greatest caution. Ferguson, Reyna, deciding to go for it himself. Reyna, neat little touch on Moles, almost gets in there as Penttila sticks out a foot there. That Bronckhorst, Moles, picked up by Wallace. What a start to the season Barry Ferguson had last year. Seemed to be a little bit jaded. Got two-thirds of the way through the season. Then he got that injury, of course. Quickly played again by Rangers in midfield. This is Ferguson. He might go for it. He does indeed. There's a touch and a beautiful save. First real shot of the game, bringing out the best in Andres Vilnrotter. Reyna. There's Wallace. That's a free kick, surely. There's no question at all about that. And Bronckhorst and Barry Ferguson also hovering at the back. It's Amoruso, and it's in! Oh, what a strike! Lorenzo Amoruso in 17 minutes. Jubilation for the tiny bunch of Rangers support. And there was no way they could stop that. Oh, I think he's pleased that George Alberts is on the bench for that particular reason. He loves taking free kicks, and this is exactly why. And that far side is Niemi. Amoruso taking no chances. Good position there. The American touching it well. Ferguson, Numan. Moles leading the line very well. McCann. Moles, beautiful skill by Moles. Oh, a magnificent goal. Well, there's been great pressure on this man who's only scored 2 goals in the friendlies. He came as the golden boy of goal scoring in Dutch football. Tremendous pressure, and what a way to relieve that pressure. If there was any doubt about why he has been brought to Ibrox, there you are. Cute little turn there, although I have to say it had to be with a bit of strength to keep possession. Run by McCann, it looked like a push to me. Oh, beautiful play by McCann. Van Bronckhorst, there's Moles again. Good tackle there by Penttila. While Haka is simply making no progress when they get the ball in midfield, just about here. Lacking in ideas, giving the ball away. Here's Moles again. Is he going to lay it off? He's going for it himself, and it's just on the wrong side of the post. There's the run by Adamczuk. Shielded the ball very well, gets that across to Moles. Good control by Moles again. Oh, superb. Almost a replica of his first goal. Now that was intense pressure on him there. I know the opposition is not of the highest quality, but look at the way he has to control this ball when it comes up. We'll see it again before he puts it away. The elements in this are the control, the composure, and then the finish in that order. There's the control, a little bit of composure, and then the slightest dab. Not with as hard a strike as the first one, but delightful all the same. And this man is now beginning to make his mark. McCann. Into Ferguson. Reyna, once again, veering towards the left-hand side. Moles almost picked it up. I suspect he'll be looking for his hat-trick now. Amoruso swept that run nicely to Van Bronckhorst. Good control again. And there goes the halftime whistle. That's a comfortable position for any team in Europe. About to start the second half, trailing by that wide margin after an excellent professional performance by Rangers in that first half. Great deal of good things to be said about a Rangers team which certainly could pick up the pace even more. Choosing to be economical in the way they come forward. Good tackle by Numan. Hard press there by Niemi. Well, Reynders has hardly seen the ball, the Dutch player, the Dutch striker. And trying to play that inside was Ivanov. Ivanov, a goal scorer in the Finnish league as well. He's scored 4 goals there in the last half dozen games. So he's very much an attacking midfield player. Moore, sudden rush of blood to the head that time. There's a chance. It's in. A goal by Niemi. All stemming from that ridiculous piece of play there by Craig Moore. Nicely played out by McCann. Van Bronckhorst, Ferguson. Rangers flooding forward. There's Reyna. Just goes through. Can he tuck it in? As Moles. Ferguson. Plays it on Van Bronckhorst. McCann hasn't any support there. Tried to get to the line. He gets it back again. Away he goes. He's on his own, and the goalkeeper bravely going in there. And I think a little touch of temper there as the captain, Penttila, did not like that challenge. Goalkeeper getting the benefit of the doubt. On to McCann. Trying to swing the direction of play again. There's Moles. Let's see how he can take his man on. He does, and that's a good save. Amoruso. Maybe just getting a trifle frustrated at some of the movement by Rangers up front without producing anything. The big captain has come forward. Now, McCann. That's not a bad ball, and Moles underneath it again. I think he's going to be a very useful addition to what could be a very long and exhausting season for Rangers, especially if they got through to the later stages of the Champions League. Here is Ferguson. He's going through in his own. Can he finish it off? That's a very good save. Alberts. Moles. Moles again. That's a beautiful reverse pass. Alberts inside, and Reyna coming into the box, and I think Alberts was very unselfish there. I thought he was just about to take the net away, and then he slipped it inside, and Reyna just a little bit too late. Here's Adamczuk. First time he's been near goal, and Johansson coming in for the kill, cut off by the goalkeeper, Vilnrotter. There's McCann. Moles, superb. Intelligent play there. Ferguson will let fly again, and this time underneath it. A really positive reply by Rangers to those who looked at some of the friendly performances in Norway, especially the coach of Haka, Keith Armstrong, kind of wrote them off. Here's McCann going in. Well, I think he trod in the ball more than anything else. His opponent was beside him. Here's Ferguson. Jonatan Johansson, that's a wonderful save. Vilnrotter had no chances for the Rangers goals, but I think he's proving his worth there. Alberts. That's in, yes. Surely Moore might get the credit. We'll have a look at that. It was Moore who was up there. Moles certainly making sure. Jonatan Johansson swinging in there. So Rangers really should have been 4, 5, 6 up in the second half for the chances they had. Watch us swinging in, headed in there by Moore, and then rammed in Johansson. It was. Here's Moles. Can he get his hat trick? No. Right at the end.
Vilnrotter. Oh, they've got themselves into a tangle, and Moles is down there. There he is, lying at the edge of the box. The referee is suggesting that they bring on the stretcher. He has got up. There he is. Took it right across the legs, I think. And I suppose the only concern now is over that challenge on Moles. The final whistle goes, a bit of an anticlimax just before the free kick was taken. And Rangers applauding the supporters, about 80 strong here, who I'm sure have been impressed, especially by the first half performance and the tremendous individual skill of Michael Moles, who scored 2 superb goals in the game, which will hardly be bettered all season. Rangers would settle for any result like that away from home anywhere.